Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. It is Mandrproductions, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of a video that did pretty darn well. Was not expecting to do quite well, but it did pretty good. It got like a good amount of views and watch time, so I thought why not do a part 2. Didn't really have any other ideas, and you guys seem to like the first part, and I'm of course referring to fake versus real versus custom 501st troopers. And yeah, so we're going to be doing the same thing except part 2. 212th troopers, and we've added an extra spot, and it is actually decaled. So I did not include it in the thumbnail because it's a little surprise for you guys, and you guys will have to wait till the end to see that one. So make sure to watch till the end. And before I get into it, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell. That it is not a request. It is a request, actually. Anyway, so yeah, make sure to do all that stuff. It really helps me out a lot, especially hitting the little bell. If you do that, you're gonna get notifications to all my new videos, and it really helps me out a ton, and you will join the ever-growing Nodi gang. And yeah, so let's get straight into it. Starting off, we have the fake Lego Phase 2 clone. Now, this one is based off of the real one. I think the Chinese knockoff companies based off like the 2014 Utapau Trooper Battle Pack Phase 2 clone, Phase 2 212th Trooper. So this one, it's actually not that bad. Like, it costs $2, and like the torso and leg printing isn't terrible, except for like the plastic quality. And look at how like big this orange leg print is and how small that is. That's just completely terrible. And then on the helmet is it's pretty bad, to be honest, but it's really the torso is actually pretty good. But the only problem is, like, compared to the real Lego one, it's like quite neon-y. So yeah, this one goes for about $2 if you do the math, because they usually come in like lots of like 28 or something, or 14 or 8. I don't know, but yeah. And honestly, you're getting your money's worth, so it's really not that bad. And I would just like to say, fake Lego clones are a content gold mine. Like, it's just like, I've made like a ton of videos off them, and it's just completely just free content, free views. My most viewed video is me getting scammed with fake clones, so that was not that good. But anyway, moving on, we have the real Lego Phase 2 clone. So we're gonna put this one here in the back, and we'll rank them all at the end. So this one is actually one of my favorite Lego clones. Oh, it has a little bit of a scratch on the helmet, unfortunately, 2 of them actually, so that is what it is. But this is probably one of my favorite Lego clones because it actually is one of the only 2 clones with battle damage on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can see like the little gray marks there. The other one is actually the Phase 2 Rex. So yeah, with Rex, you can see like the battle damage on his torso there. Kind of see it there, but yeah, not too much to say about this one. This one usually retails for, it's hard to say because I usually get them about as in like a price of $15 to $20, but usually on the lower side because I've been trying to buy clones for more like I only try and buy them in like their steals and like under market value. But yeah, I'd say these go for like about $15, and I'll probably go with what I put in the thumbnail, which is probably going to be $15 because it'll just make sense. So yeah, anyway, moving on, we have the custom clone. So you could see here, this is the custom clone. So this is made by Clone Army Customs. It was actually made in 2020, one of their new realistic prototypes. And honestly, since then, Clone Army Customs has made a new 212 helmet mold, or not mold, just new 212 helmet design. It looks pretty better. Pretty better. It looks better, let's just say that. And yeah, this one is pretty cool. The only problem I really have with it is just with CAC using animated bodies and realistic helmets. I'm not too much of a fan of that, but yeah. So anyway, this one, you could definitely see why it is at a price point of $25. Well, I think they actually might have upped their prices, but I bought this one for $25 when they were still cheap. You can see it does have a bit of battle damage on the back there, or maybe that's just part of the printing. But yeah, it has 360 wraparound printing. It even has printing in between the legs. Like, how crazy is that? And yeah, and usually it will come with a custom face and blaster, which I took off for some reason, or I don't think it came with a custom face. I think the custom faces are like $1 more, and the custom weapon comes for free. So let's put one of those on them just to show you guys what I'm talking about. So yeah, you can see here the custom face and the custom DC-15 blaster, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And we actually have not compared the faces yet. Oh, yikes, that is quite scratched. That's probably not the best example, but I'm sure you guys know what the angry clone face looks like. It's pretty darn iconic. It's been used on stormtroopers and the First Order stormtroopers even, which is really, really overused, but we got the new one, thankfully, and the fake one actually got a similar angry clone face that actually, it doesn't look too bad. Like, it looks pretty, it doesn't look like messed up or anything. But of course, a lot of you might be wondering at this point in the video, what is the difference between the custom and the fake Lego clones? That is actually the fact that the custom prints on 100% genuine Lego, except the helmet. The helmet is their own custom mold and custom print. But yeah, so that is what it is. But the fake Lego, it's just it's all fake parts. And yeah, so the reason this is $25. Now, I'm actually a bit unsure on this because I recently learned that it only costs Clone Army Customs, who made this figure, only $3 to make this, like, to produce these figures. Of course, they do have to make a profit, which I'd like, if they put it at $15, that'd be like, what, 500% profit, which I'd say is good. However, they really have some of the best and most consistent clone designs in the custom game. So it's like, also they have like highest demand, like highest supply, customer count probably, and also Tyler, the guy who runs this, does this as a living. So I have mad respect for him for being able to do this as a business, and it makes sense because obviously he has to pay taxes and yeah, stuff like that. And of course he can't really do that if he sells each figure for like $6 and only makes 200% profit. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, these go for like $25 to $30 depending on, sometimes there's a sale, sometimes he likes to do sales a lot, but usually it's like 5 to 10% off, which is pretty darn good. And yeah, but I bought this figure for, I believe, $25. I think I already said that. But yeah, I'm not too sure if the price has changed, but I know he upped the price on a lot of his stuff. But yeah, so that brings us to the surprise figure. And this is actually the decaled one. So there's a lot of 2/12 decals. So you might be wondering, we'll put all of these in the back here, which one am I going to select? And this is actually the AV Figures Battle Damage 2/12 Trooper. Now, this one, it has a bit of yellowing on it, unfortunately. So this one has its pros and cons, because that's all with a lot of things with decaling. So yeah, first of all, I would just like to say this decal has an amazing design by AV Figures, but there's a few like minor problems. So number one, like you would have to carve the hips, and actually no, it's not really a con, but it's just like some extra work you have to do just so the decal doesn't fall off on the legs. So yeah. Number two, with sealant, it get really shiny and sometimes even yellow with over sealant. But that is what it is. But some pros about this is that actually it is probably more, it's like the most detailed figure out of these four with all the battle damage. And it only costs, it's really cheap as well to make. It only costs around, I think, like $8, because the decal sheet costs $2. The body cost like $3.50, brings us to $5.50, and then the helmet costs like $2 because, or $1 to $2, depends on the helmet. But yeah, the helmet price varies because a lot of people like to use Lego, a lot of people like to use fake ones. I personally like using fake ones because, yeah, it's just easier that way and cheaper, and it doesn't really affect anything because it works perfectly well with this. But yeah, so yeah, we were left with 4 clones to rank. How will I rank them? So, of course, I'm going to take everything into consideration. So, first of all, I think, obviously, this one is going to be in last. It's just not good. I'm going to take pricing. Just, the price of this is definitely the best, I think. But, unfortunately, the quality isn't that good. And yeah, so that is what it is. That's why it's in last. So second one I'd put in is this one's going to be hard because it's, I think, in between these two, into which one is going to be here. But I honestly I think I like the Lego version a bit better than the Clone Army Customs one, and that leaves us with these two. Now, I actually think that I'm gonna put this one here and the Lego one up here. The Lego one just looks so simple, but they really nailed that design. And I think the AP figures did a really good job on the design too. Oh, my camera's been out of focus. That's not good. But yeah, it is what it is. But this one just has quite a bit of cons, like it's shininess and like some yellowing on it. So that is what it is. But I think Legos really does a good job on simplicity and stuff like that. And the price, it's a bit high. You know what? I think these ones could really be switched around however you want them. It's really up to personal preference. I think they're both at number 1, and then this is 2 and this is 1. But yeah. So that was the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. And make sure to tell me just some ideas for videos because I'm running low on them. I'm going to be continue with the Naboo mock sometime when I get pieces, which I have hopefully arriving in the mail soon. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'm out of here. Bye.